Hey friends, it's Ashley and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here for a while, and happy Thanksgiving to my Canadian friends. Today is Thanksgiving when I'm recording this. I know this video is in the car. The full thing is not actually in the car, but my family's inside. They're just loud, and I wanted to quickly come out here and just do a little chat about decluttering. So I've shared quite a few decluttering videos here on my channel. I will leave them linked in the description. But I wanted to talk about a few things you can declutter before Christmas. This will save you money, and it will also save your sanity because you won't have a massive influx of inventory or stuff coming into your house and just having nowhere to put it. We've definitely had this issue in the past where we had so much stuff it would be really hard to keep up with for our family. And ever since I found the Minimal Mom a few years ago, but I've been following her decluttering methods for quite some time and I've had a lot of success. My house is a lot cleaner and easier to manage, and I just think the months between September to December are a perfect time to declutter. It's a great way to first go into Christmas, but second, going into the new year to give your house a nice clean slate. So let's get into the video. Let's talk about some things I am decluttering before Christmas. And I will say, if you want to see some hands-on decluttering motivation, there will be a little bit at the end of the video. I've already done most of my decluttering and I didn't get to film it, but I did add in a little bit of decluttering at the end of this video, and I will leave any decluttering videos I have linked in the description if you guys want to watch that for some motivation. So let's get into it. So the first thing I decluttered is toys. And obviously this is probably what comes to mind for most moms, but there are other things to declutter as well. But I will say I've decluttered the toys. This is obviously a really good thing to do first because obviously with Christmas comes a lot of toys. And the really good thing about decluttering before Christmas time is you can often find toys you even bought them last Christmas, and you can see if they're still interested in that or if they were ever really interested to begin with, because sometimes we buy things with good intentions but our kids never actually enjoyed it. And so just decluttering the toys can give us a really good idea of what our kids are interested in and what toys they didn't really enjoy, what activities they didn't really enjoy, and we won't waste our money or our kids' Christmas on bringing in those items. The second thing I am focusing on decluttering is their clothing. So obviously a lot of clothing comes in around Christmas time as well, and even just in the new year. And I know for my daughter, she recently outgrew a lot of her pants, and so taking note of that by decluttering, I can now determine that, hey, maybe a few new pairs of pants are something I can either get her for Christmas, or I can, if a family member asks, it's an idea I can pass their way. Also, for our own clothing, it's a good idea to declutter and just get rid of all those pieces that we've not really worn, that no longer fit right. Getting those out of our house, I feel like, is not only great before Christmas, but it's also a really good way to increase your self-esteem. Often we hang on to clothing that no longer fit us. Maybe it's way too small and we're keeping it because we think we're gonna lose a lot of weight in the new year. There's nothing wrong with that goal, but it is proven that having those clothing in your house and seeing them every single day can actually be really difficult on our self-esteem and confidence. I've definitely noticed this for myself. Once I got rid of a lot of clothing that no longer fit me, I definitely felt a lot more free in getting dressed. Oftentimes, we're looking at the same pair of jeans. We're like, I'm going to hang on to this and maybe I'll fit into it in 6 months' time. And what happens for me is, I don't know about you guys, but you see that pair of jeans and every day it's just a reminder that you no longer fit in them. Let me know if you agree. So definitely go through your clothes and declutter. It is Christmas time. You'll probably either buy a few new pieces, for the winter, or you will receive them as gifts, or you will receive cash or gift cards. I know a lot of us do, especially as adults, and we can go on Boxing Day. If you guys, I don't know if you guys have that. Here in Canada, we have Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, where things are really discounted. So it's a great time to use all of those gift cards. This is also going along with clothing, but it's something I wanted to specifically mention. Go through your kids' snow gear, whether it's their coats, their snow pants, their mittens and hats. Those are super fun things to buy at Christmas. One time my daughter did get a really nice brand new winter jacket from her grandmother for Christmas, which was such a blessing. Those are also gift ideas you can give to family members. If you don't want your kids receiving lots of toys, you can say, well, they don't really need that $40 toy, but they do need a new jacket. And I mean, you could buy new jackets really cheap. So it is a good idea for Christmas. Also, things like hats and mittens make very awesome stocking stuffers. I love adding a new hat and pair of mittens in my kids' stocking. I promise they will really like it. It's super fun. Also, socks and shoes. Great time to declutter the shoes. For a lot of kids, they're probably not going to fit in their runners once the winter's over. And so those are a really good item to go ahead and look at and determine, hey, are they likely to fit into the size or probably not? Because then you can go ahead and donate those items and get them out of your house. The next item to declutter is pots, pans, dishes, and cutlery. Go through all of those. Are there any broken? Are there any super scratched that you can go ahead and get rid of? Go ahead and do that as well. That is what I decluttered, which you guys will see. Because really that's all I've had left to declutter for the year, because I'm really good at staying on top of it. But if you haven't yet done that, go ahead and do that. At the same time, you can clean the space, and it's just really nice before Christmas to do a nice clean when you're having family visit and whatnot, and just feeling like your space is really clean. I love that feeling. So go ahead and go through all of that, and yeah, you'll just have a better idea. Again, whenever you're decluttering around Christmas time, it's really great, because when family asks you, what do you want for Christmas? You have more ideas to give. I know in the past, I've had family members ask, and I'm like drawing a blank, and I'd rather give them a few items that I actually need rather than them just going out and buying me something that we're just never going to use. And so yeah, definitely go through your dishes, your cookware, your cutlery, all of that, and it's just a really good time to do that. Another great item to declutter before Christmas is your Christmas decorations. Go through all of them, get rid of all of those broken ornaments. I know you probably have some. When you're storing things, they can get broken sometimes. So go ahead, declutter your Christmas decor. If there's any that aren't really worth hanging on to, you can go ahead and get rid of those items and maybe replace them if you want to or not. It doesn't really matter, but definitely go through your Christmas decor. Another one really quickly, go through your kids' books. Often kids outgrow books, and books are one of those things that we just continue to hang on to. We don't really realize that, hey, your kid probably doesn't need those like preschool books. If you don't have preschool children, they just don't need that. If you're not planning on having any more children, they probably don't need to just be sitting on your bookshelf. And even if you are, it's something you can go ahead and put in storage. So it's not taking space up on your kid's bookcase. Or for us, we just have like a few shared bookshelves in our living room. We have one, and I just don't want the kids to be pulling all of that out, and especially just creating mess that is kind of unnecessary because they don't even read those books. So go ahead and declutter your books as well. So also makeup, skinwear, bath care, shower gels, all of that stuff, any of that stuff, toothbrushes. All of these things are really good items to declutter before Christmas, because we all know those are the things that are put in stockings. Those are the things that are given as gifts a lot of the time. I know for me, when I was a kid, I feel like I always received like bath care, skin care, all of that. And so I know for me, I love to add those things to my kids' stockings. And so go ahead and declutter those. Look for any expired ones. They do tend to last a few years, but still look at the dates and throw out any expired ones, and make room for all of that skincare you'll probably get on Christmas. And even if you don't get any for Christmas, it's still just a really good idea. You don't want to be putting expired lotions on your face. So go ahead and declutter all of your skincare, makeup, and soaps and lotions, all that kind of thing. The last item that you really should declutter before Christmas is that food pantry. Go ahead and tackle your food pantry. Again, expired items, toss them out. This will also give you a really good idea of what kind of canned food you have for Christmas dinner. So if you have a lot of peas or carrots and maybe your family eats that kind of thing, or boxes of stuffing, maybe you don't have to run to the store and spend extra getting, a few more boxes if you already have 3 or 4 boxes in your pantry. I'm really bad for that, where I'll have things in my pantry and still run out and buy them. So definitely declutter that before Christmas. I would also suggest going through your freezer, seeing what meat is still good. If there's anything, again, you need to throw away, go ahead and do that. And you can also start the new year with a super clean pantry or freezer or fridge, which is a blessing. It's definitely something I like to do either at the end of the year or in the new year, but this year I'm doing it before Christmas so I can go ahead and save some money. So those are the things that I think you should declutter before Christmas. You will save yourself money. You will save your sanity from having a massive influx of items brought into your home and just wondering where to put it all. So those are my tips for decluttering before Christmas. I know this is not a very Vlogtober like video, but I wanted to go ahead and get it up nonetheless. So I'm going to show you guys the hands-on decluttering motivation now for anyone who needs that. Hey friends, so here's a little bit of hands-on decluttering motivation. I've done most of my decluttering already and I wasn't able to film it, or for whatever reason I just didn't film it, but I wanted to share this. I am just tackling this cupboard, and at the same time, I'm gonna wipe it down and clean it, which I've not done in a while, so it'll be really nice to get that done. And it's just a really good idea to declutter these things before Christmas for the reasons I've said. But I do have more thorough decluttering videos. I will leave them linked if those would motivate you. But let me know, what are some things you are decluttering before Christmas to make room in your home, and which one of these tips that I shared is most helpful. If you're not yet subscribed, I hope you will go ahead and subscribe. My name is Ashley and I'm a Canadian mom of 3. I share all things living on a budget, homemaking on a budget, motherhood, lifestyle, homemaking, and a little bit of homeschool. If you like any of that content, I hope you will subscribe and stick around. I post new videos every single week, and this week I'm actually posting a whole week's worth of content for Vlogtober. It is mostly fall theme, but I know this video is more Christmas theme. I just figure it's something we should start right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this little bit of decluttering is motivating to you, and God bless. I will see you in the next one.